Former rugby legend Jonathan Davies claims that Ireland are the best team in the world at the moment and not the Springboks or New Zealand. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what he said. I'm going to discuss it and give you my points of view. As always, make sure you give me your points of view down in the comments. And if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out more than you know. So who is Jonathan Davies? Well, he's an ex-Welsh rugby player. He played fly half and he ended up captaining Wales in rugby union as well as rugby league. So he definitely knows what he's talking about. He's now, after his rugby career, transitioned into a pundit, journalist, analyst, broadcaster, and he's quite well established. Most of the time, his takes are pretty good, but for this one, I just think it's untrue at the moment. So let me give you some context into the situation I'm talking about. Currently, the Six Nations is going on, and this weekend, Wales are playing Ireland. Jonathan Davies is obviously a Wales pundit or broadcaster, so he writes articles about what he thinks of the Welsh side, and in particular, in this article, how he thinks Wales can potentially beat Ireland and what he expects from the Welsh side when they take on Ireland. And in his article, he has written the following: Wales front five have a massive challenge in terms of how they go against, for me, the best side in the world at the moment. We haven't seen New Zealand or South Africa play since the World Cup, so I think Ireland deserve that tag. Now, yes, I can see where he's coming from. Ireland have been on absolute fire in the Six Nations at the moment, starting their campaign off with a 38-17 win over France away from home, and then recently they just beat Italy 36-0 at home. Don't get me wrong, those are two very, very strong performances from the Irish side, and we know how good the Irish can be. However, I just think that statement that Ireland deserve that tag at the moment is just utterly incorrect at the moment. Not 4 months ago, we had the Rugby World Cup, which's purpose is to show which nation or country is the best at playing rugby in the world. Now, I don't know if Jonathan Davies has forgotten, but Ireland actually fell out in the quarter-finals. Now, yes, I get it. The Irish fans are going to come for me and say that Ireland beat South Africa 13-8 in the group stages. I get that. On the day, you were better than South Africa, even though there were a couple of shady calls, especially that maul towards the end. But fair enough, Ireland did beat us on the day. The difference is that the best teams in the world have silverware. And Ireland, unfortunately, just don't have any. So it's all good and well that you beat South Africa in the group stages, but if you can't win it on the biggest stage, in a quarterfinal, in a semi-final, in a final, are you really the best team in the world? Now, the sentence that really sticks out to me here in Jonathan Davies' article is, we haven't seen New Zealand or South Africa play since the World Cup. So I think Ireland deserve that tag. Well, the last time you did see New Zealand play, they actually played in a quarterfinal against Ireland, where they actually ended up beating Ireland 28-24. And the last time you saw South Africa play was in a World Cup final where they played against New Zealand. So South Africa ending world champions in number 1, New Zealand ending second, runners up to the world champions, and then Ireland, who finished between positions 5 and 8 because they fell out in the quarterfinals. But no, Ireland are the best team in the world at the moment. I think this is the problem that we have with the Northern Hemisphere's mindset. They forget that there are other nations below the equator that play some really, really good rugby as well. And yes, 4 months ago could be a long time in Irish time or Welsh time, but in South African time, 4 months ago was just the other day where they crowned us world number ones. So I don't know if the people up in the Northern Hemisphere have goldfish memories, or if they just don't want to acknowledge the fact that New Zealand and South Africa probably are two of the best rugby nations in the world at the moment. Yes, they haven't seen us play recently, but the last time you did, South Africa won the trophy and New Zealand ended up in second. So to be fair to Jonathan Davies, the Irish can keep their tag as the best in the world at the moment, but South Africa will keep the Webb Ellis trophy nice and warm so that you guys can try and win it in the next Rugby World Cup in 2027. Now, I know I got a little bit aggressive and defensive in this video, but when I see takes like that are just blatantly ignorant, it just really boils my blood, because what more do South Africa and New Zealand have to do to be considered world class? I mean, South Africa are currently ranked number 1 in the world, then Ireland behind them, and then New Zealand in third. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this whole situation. Do you think Jonathan Davies is right? Are Ireland the best team? In the world at the moment, or is it South Africa, or is it New Zealand? Personally, for me, I think it's South Africa, the world champions. I mean, that's exactly exactly why we have a Rugby World Cup, to determine who the best country in the world is at the sport rugby. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think of Jonathan Davies' take. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.